Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? We interrupt, or I interrupt my line of Albion Fair videos. I still got some more to do, depending on when I upload this. I want to do a movie review of some movies I saw on Netflix. I mean, not Netflix, on YouTube. I wanted to see them before YouTube. Someone flags them on YouTube because they have nudity in them, and a lot of nudity. And there are two, um, what do you call it, exploitation films from the 1970s. And then especially up until like the 70s, like the 60s and 70s, lots of exploitation films. And, usually a certain subject matter or something like that, they exploited. Or at least, lots of nudity and stuff like that. Some violence, depending on the movie. And the two movies I'm going to review are Truck Stop Women and If You Don't Stop It, You'll Go Blind. The first one, Truck Stop Women, I remember in Fort Bragg hearing about this. They had something on Wizard Video. I believe it was Wizard Video. And Charles Band owned Wizard Video along with Media Home Entertainment, which I didn't know about. I didn't know about Wizard until much later. But he did a documentary called The Best of Sex and Violence, which was really cool. And it had David Carradine hosting it. And it was a bunch of trailers through the stuff that Wizard had as far as violence. It opened up with a zombie trailer, and it had Tourist Trap. It had Tunnel Vision. That's the first time I heard of Tunnel Vision. I definitely had to see Tunnel Vision. I've seen that. Like the Groove Tube and stuff like that. And Bury Me an Angel, and one of them was called Truck Stop Women. I remember it had a theme song. The only thing I really remember from the trailer was the theme song. It goes, Truck Stop Women, my head's still swimming. Truck Stop Women, my head's still swimming. It had like this country soundtrack throughout the whole movie. And when I saw it was on YouTube, I said, well, I should probably check it out and do a review of it. And what happened was, someone commented something. Let's see. Is that mine? I'm getting too distracted. I gotta shut this off. Oh, okay. Oh, the mini farm display. Yeah, I did a video of that. But they're not really just talking about other stuff. Well, anyways, I'm getting too distracted. Truck Stop Women is about Mama, and it must be an influence by Big Bad Mama, I assume. And it was an R-rated movie, and it's about Mama, and she has like a truck stop that's also a brothel that she runs. And it's also a thing where where the girls would be out pretending to be like hitchhikers or pretend like they have car trouble. And if a semi was stopped, the guy would come up and they end up knocking him out or knocking him out usually or killing him or something like that, stealing their rig and stealing what's inside. And there ended up being like this mafia from the eastern part of the U.S. I think they lived around all around Arizona or something like that, I think. And they wanted to horn in on her territory. They wanted to take over her organization. And it's about them going back and forth. It's not as interesting as it might sound. I thought it would be much. It's okay. They do have a decent budget. They do have some wrecks of big rig car, the cop car. But with the mob, trying to hone in on her territory and stuff like that, it's not done very interestingly. There's problems with the audio. And there's lots of scenes with brothel, with the women taking the truckers to their bedrooms and stuff like that. Lots of nudity in it. That's probably the biggest selling point. And they had like an ad. I gotta get rid of this. Where's it at? That fundraiser crap for George. I'm tired of seeing him. Makes me sick. Well, anyways, okay, I got still losing viewers. Megyn Kelly. Lots of nudity and stuff like that. And there's lots of audio problems. Sometimes it's hard to hear over the trucks and stuff. And sometimes the acting, I mean, I don't mind bad acting, but there's a few parts that was kind of funny, but as a whole, it's just not very interesting. I don't mind the movies that are so bad that they're good, but this is just like so bland. It's bland. It's not interesting, you know. And I was set to give it a higher rating, but though, even whenever things started really to get good, you know, the big confrontation and stuff like that, it was just handled so boringly. You know, I give Truck Stop Women a 5 out of 10. Some of the nudity was okay. Um, and then, you know, they had a bunch of photos of, like, trucks driving by. Someone had to have been, like, filming in a car and they have a truck drive. He must have been filming a lot of that stuff. And then he had this one song that started out, "Hello, I'm a truck." And it said, "There's no truck drivers. It ain't for us trucks," and stuff like that. It's kind of a stupid song. But, I mean, I was really disappointed in the Truck Stop. I thought it'd be a lot better than what it was. It was an action film that wasn't exciting. How's that? And it tried to have some comedy, but the comedy was pretty lame, too. Now, the next movie is called "If You Don't Stop It, You'll Go Blind." Now, I heard about that movie back in the old days. Sneak previews. Oh, cool. It's sneak previews. They used to have Dogs of the Week. And then Gene Siskel was talking about a movie that day, I guess they re-released, called "If You Don't Stop It, You'll Go Blind." And he said in an X-rated movie, which was a lie, right? If you see the movie poster for the film, at the bottom it says R-rated. And it said what you'd expect in a movie like that, a lot of nude men and women, but he said it's done in a way that'll ruin your whole evening. And I've had the worst time trying to find it. I've never been able to find this movie. I found its sequel, "Can I Do It Till I Need Glasses?" Now, they're both on Media Home Entertainment, I found out. I could never find that for the first one. And they reference it a lot in the second one. And the second one's actually made a lot better. It has bigger production values. I mean, but that's not saying much. And it had Robin Williams in it. And I was like, where the heck's Robin Williams at? I've seen that a few times. I thought maybe he was in that frog costume. They're the big... But it turned out they edited his scenes out. If you look on YouTube, I finally saw the scenes he was in today. There was two of them. He played like a lawyer in a courtroom, and he played like a guy with a toothache. I saw both clips this today of the day filming this, earlier today. And they were okay. But they weren't in the movie. And then I guess they were cut out. And then when after Popeye came out, they were edited back in. And they were edited back in. The movie was re-released to cash in on his popularity. And that's probably why they brought back "If You Don't Stop, You Go Blind" too, I guess. I don't know. Because "If You Don't Stop, You Go Blind" was made in 1975. And the sequel was made in 1977. And then Truck Stop Women was made in 1974, believe it or not. Oh, cool. But I mean, basically what that movie is, "If You Don't Stop, You'll Go Blind," is a visualization of dirty jokes. They're just, that's putting it to film. That's what most of it is. Like, there's a scene where, and most of it involves nudity. Some of it does not. Most of the jokes are real dirty. But they're like old dirty jokes you've heard probably before, but just done in a different way. And sometimes they'll catch you off guard because they try to do something different. And I did laugh some. There was a scene where this girl said, the girl was in front of the mirror and the guy was in bed, and she said, "The doctor said I had a very nice body." And the guy said, "Well, what about your fat ass?" And then the girl said, "Well, the doctor didn't talk about you." Jokes like, and then it cut to another scene. It's like a sketch, like different skits, like Kentucky Fried Movie, something like that, but done with dirty jokes. Now, the problems I had with it, there was lots of funny parts. The problem I had with it, they had like a scene where they were judging for like the sex awards. I guess they were showing the little clips of the movie. That was like the thing. And then at the end, they had sex awards, and they had Pat McCormick. And that was the biggest star in the movie. And also can't remember her name, Ushi Gennard or something like that, Kennard, or she was in Penthouse. She had a small part in there, but they had some really funny jokes in there that I thought was pretty good. I mean, it's very even on the it leaves pulls no punches on the movie poster. You know, the guy with the trench coat holding it out over two naked girls, and he says a lowbrow comedy, and says cinch to win the Academy Award. Ushi Gennard or something like that from Penthouse. And basically, I mean, I thought there was a lot of funny parts in it. You know, I mean, but like the thing, the sex award right at the end took up so much space. And there was a song and dance number. The song and dance number was all right. And it said, "Don't f around with love," except they didn't say f. They said another word. Like I said, I've never been able to find this movie anywhere. And I was so happy. I've been wanting to see it since 1980, or whenever they had it on Siskel and Ebert. Like I said, I've seen the sequel. I saw the sequel in Fort Bragg. I've seen that a few times, and I like that. I actually think that's a better movie than this one. The biggest thing was the ending thing with Sex Awards. They just kind of ground everything to a halt. And it just went on too long. That was like the main thing in the movie. That was the problem. And they had like another song and dance number in a brothel, which wasn't very good. But because that just went on too long and just wasn't funny, I have to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I liked Can I Do It Till I Need Glasses much better. And I remember the theme song for that one was like, can I do it till I need glasses? Can I twiddle my thumb? Can I twiddle my diddly-dee? Can I do it till the girls start making passes till I need glasses? Just let me be doing it. Till I need glasses, just let me be. Something like that. And it had like the real cheesy with the girls doing it like those old TV shows. You know, it had like a real 70's vibe to it. But I think that was a more coherent film, where this one, it recycled a lot of the same characters and stuff like that, and then it recycled like the same places they were in. This one tried to be different on every location. You know what I mean? They had different locations than the second one. But this one, I mean, probably Can I Do It 20 Glass, probably get 9 out of 10. This one probably gets a 7.5. So I hope you like this thing of exploitation films. I have 2 t-shirts available through Me and B Designs. The Take Care of My Legion shirt and the Sign Off shirt. And I hope you check them out. I think they're really good stuff. And until next time, everybody, please take care of my Legion. And they're both available on YouTube. So seek them out before someone flags them. Because Truck Stop Women was uploaded in March of this year. And Can I Do It Till I Need Glasses was uploaded like about a month ago on August 17th. I just found out by accident like a day or two before. And I mean, as far as that movie is concerned, they had like one clip. I remember this guy that's saying that, because they had a carnival, it reminded me of the Albany Fair, because I just went there Friday. And the guy saying, I can make anything talk. I can make these animals talk. And there was this guy, this African-American guy, black guy. You know, and he looked and he goes up. When the people said, are you sure you can make those animals talk? And the guy said, yes. Well, if that sheep says anything about me, it's a damn lie. And that was a joke. You know, stuff like that. But I did enjoy that. They had lots of funny parts. I think my dad would have enjoyed that. He would have enjoyed nudity in Truck Stop Women. He probably would have said the movie is stupid because it just didn't tell a story well enough. That's a big problem. I hope you like this video. I think that's all that was need to be said. Now the Can I Do It? The Can I Do It movie? No. If you don't stop, you'll go blind. Is like still like the old grainy looking movie. Truck Stop Women was a more polished movie. I probably got released on DVD, I assume. So I hope you like this video. Until next time, bye, please. Take care, my Legion.